Very first story, I went to go and interview Herman Mashaba. At the time, he was campaigning to become mayor of Joburg.
Oh, that's a big one.
It was a big one, but at the time, no one knew him, no one cared.
Oh.
He was just like this guy who's trying his luck. And
Yeah.
I remember there was like 2 or 3 of us as journalists, no one really cared. And it was so amazing that he did become mayor because he's always remembered me ever since then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who says you have to be a chef in order to be in the kitchen? Hear me out. What I'm saying is we are all chefs in our respective fields. Whether you're an MD of a certain company, radio presenter, content producer, news anchor, or even an editor, we are all cooking something in the kitchen, using our unique skills to make sure what we dish up will definitely be an eye-opener or will give you an eargasm right here on the Kitchen Podcast.
Juicy, yeah. I heard my niggas be proud of me. Look at I'm reppin' my city so wavy, ain't nobody stopping me. Yeah. I'm giving no one apologies.
Ladies and gentlemen, manene nani manene gazi, welcome to episode 4. Yeah. Eish, I've lost count there. How did it work? My name is LB for all the socials, and I'm chilling with Kat today. Kat, how are you?
I'm fine, and you, Lexa?
I'm okay. How's your day?
My day was pretty chilled because I was working from home.
Yeah.
We were working from home.
So you only came through just for this?
I came through just for this.
God is good.
Yes, God is good.
Thank you.
You're
Man. I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Cool.
So how was your day, like working from home?
Mhm.
How long have you been working from home?
Well, I mean, we've been working since the president announced this
Mhm.
level 4. We have been working from home, but if I'm not at home, I'm in the field. So I'll move
In
between
the streets or
home, in the streets, and at home.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, I've actually been in the field, but now it's just a few days where I'm actually at home reporting from home.
Oh.
So the constraints of the lockdown have hit us hard, I think, as reporters.
Do you have like your own work desk at home? Like what is disturbing you?
Well, yes, I have a workspace
Okay.
in my room, and then we also have a study room. So then I move between the two because my brother and my sister also study. So we all have to, play, magical. What is it? Chairs. What is it? That game where you swap chairs. Because everyone is studying, everyone is working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know, I understand. Anyways, let's get into it. Who is Kat?
Wow. So I'm a reporter
Mhm.
currently. And I mean, Katleho is, I was born, I grew up in Soweto, DK,
Okay.
and then we moved to the burbs when I was like 10 years old. So, I mean, I went to Greenside Primary, then Clananda Primary, then Mondio High, and then, so I've had different experiences at different schools
Okay.
in different areas. And then I studied acting after high school. I went to AFDA, did live performance. Then after that, I went to Wits and I studied journalism, and now I'm a reporter.
Hey, yeah. Hey, Obadine, Kat.
Yeah, 2 honors degrees.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
In Kosa, they say ukale. So
Yeah.
what kind of a child were you while growing up?
I was very lively. I think I had a
Mhm.
good childhood.
Yeah.
I was very curious, and I was just a good-spirited child.
Mhm.
I had a good childhood. I mean, there were some moments that are difficult as any childhood,
Yeah.
but I had a good upbringing. I was very creative as a child. I was a child that took arts classes from like grade 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to do pottery and painting, and yeah. So it was blessed. It was a blessing that Greenside Primary had that stuff. But you had to pay like an extra 200 rand a month
Oh.
for your child to do it after school. And I told my parents I wanted to do this thing, and my parents were always about children doing what they want to do so that they can figure out who they are.
Shout out to your
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
How old are your parents?
My parents,
Were they born in about
they're
8
above
days?
60 now. Yeah. My parents,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll understand why I'm asking you that question.
Okay.
You understand? So what were your interests? Like, okay, you also mentioned you were thinking acting and all that.
Yes.
Was it your only interest or you had other interests?
Well, look, I think I established quite soon that I love being in front, or not in front of the camera, on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I loved learning lines and performing in front of the school children. I remember I was the one leading, little plays in front of the
Wow.
class and stuff like that. So I knew that. But I also used to enjoy sports.
Okay. What
So
kind of sports?
netball.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a grade 3 teacher, Mrs. Poole. She actually used to make us play baseball. So the American way.
Okay.
And then I loved that as well. So I loved a bit of cricket and baseball and netball. But I was definitely that child on the stage all the time.
I never played any sports.
Why?
Like, I don't know. I didn't love playing sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, my excuse was like I'm asthmatic. I can't run. I can't do anything. They're like,
I loved
okay,
it.
sit down, get my child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No.
it.
I used to do long distance stuff because I wasn't a good sprinter. So
Oh.
I made a calculation in my head, like if I'm not a good sprinter, it means I'm a good long distance runner. I don't know how good I was, but I just dedicated myself to it. Yeah.
Okay, no, nice. Fast forward, varsity, you went to AFDA,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And how was AFDA for you? And just again, what did you study?
Yeah. So at AFDA, when you start in your first year, you have the option of doing 4 subjects.
Okay.
So I did my live performance, which was my major,
Mhm.
and then I did costume, makeup, and styling. So I was a makeup artist for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I did script writing, so for
Mhm.
screen, and I also did music production. But
Yo.
I did music production only for my first year, which I really, really loved, because then you create scores for films and things like that. So that was fantastic.
Scores is that background sound
The music that, yes.
to give it, I don't know what to
Life.
call it. Okay, life.
Yeah, that
okay.
feeling.
Oh. Well, even the scene is not scary, but the sound
The
will
sound will
make
make
it
it scary, yes.
Oh, so that is scoring.
Yeah, that is scoring.
Oh.
Yes, so I did that in first year, but I dropped. Then second year, I did makeup and styling along with live performance, still my major,
Mm.
and then in third year I did live performance only. So costume, makeup, and styling was actually fantastic because
Yeah.
that's how I used to make money on the side, because I would do makeup for music videos.
Wow.
A lot of Niger music videos, the artists that would come here and shoot videos. There was some pretty dope stuff, and it was fun to see your stuff on Channel O or one of these big music channels.
At what age was this kid?
This was when I was studying at AFDA.
At
So I was
what
like
age?
22, 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make me feel like I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I was always an active person. I've always been like,
Mm.
I search for opportunity.
Wow.
Yes, so I make it happen, and I'm not afraid of experiences, because sometimes you do these music videos and they don't pay you properly, but then you learn. So then you learn the business. Okay, you know that you're likely to get crooked in spaces like this, or this is more
It's a
legit.
cutthroat game.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you went to Wits.
Then, so in 2014, I finished studying in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So my honors year at AFDA. Then in 2014, I did the whole shebang of getting an agent, going to auditions every week,
Yeah.
all the things an actor does. I wasn't getting any roles. I was frustrated. I wasn't making money. It was a very hard time. So beginning of the year, funny enough, in January of 2014, I decided quickly, before even that year progressed in terms of auditions and stuff,
Yeah.
I decided that I'm gonna go study journalism, just so that I have another skill, and then I'll see where it puts me. I had no idea where journalism would put me.
Yeah.
And then and then that whole year, because getting into Wits is a long process.
Okay.
The honors program, they only take 24 people, and I think there were about 800 applicants.
Wow.
Yeah, so you go through a whole year of interviews,
Yeah.
of tests and things like that.
Wow.
Not to say that I did the best, but they probably saw something in me that said, okay, she'll probably make a good journalist or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
So I met you at Vow, even though we never conversed. So what were you doing at Vow, which is Voice of Red?
Yes. So at Vow, I started at Vow in my honors year at Wits because I had taken radio as a major.
Okay.
So the training can only come from the university's radio campus radio station, I guess. So they put us there. So we would do like weekly visits to Vow and would learn the practical stuff of radio and just what radio entails.
Oh.
So that was in my honors year. But then at the end of my honors year, like you'll see, I went to Eyewitness News after that.
Yeah.
But my internship at Eyewitness News involved being both at Vow and at EWN.
Oh, okay.
So for 1 month I'd be at Vow, for another month I'd be
So
at...
you're rotating.
I would rotate, yes. And it was good experience because you'd move from a commercial space to campus radio and you could actually see the difference in terms of the work.
All right. So at Vow, were you on air or just like background?
Well, at Vow, I was on air. I anchored. I did a bit of field reporting there. And the main thing I did was I was the host of the current affairs talk show Breaking Ground.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I did that for quite a while, or that whole year. And it was a brilliant learning experience to just host a show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell me about your first time on air. How was it?
You know, I actually can't remember.
What?
I can't remember. I can't remember if I was on air. I can't remember if I was reading, if I was reporting, or I was hosting the show. And I'm talking about Vow, right?
Yeah, Vow.
Yeah, because I can tell you, for example, my first time on air at Eyewitness News. So I can't actually tell you at Vow, my first time on air, what happened, where was I? It's been about...
Because I asked Sekhotho and she was like, she was nervous. You know, her head was telling people are listening and she sometimes forget her lines, you know, but she got used to it as time went by.
You know what, maybe I didn't have the same nerves because for me the camera is much more intimidating than being in front of a mic. Because my mic, I'm pretty confident in my voice.
Okay.
Not to say that I'm not confident in front of the camera. I can be, but it does take the stakes up a little higher for me. So that's why it's probably quite a blur when I was on air the first time.
And at EWN?
At EWN, I did voice things quite a bit, but then I remember the very first story that I was sent to alone as a junior reporter. In fact, I wasn't a junior reporter, I was an intern. Eyewitness News has a big culture. It's like a boot camp thing where you function as a reporter even before you become a reporter. So they throw you in the deep end. So I remember my mentor at the time, Govan Whittles. No, you'll swim.
Yeah.
And so Govan Whittles was the guy who took me under his wings when I started there. Just taught me the basics, how to hold a mic, how to record audio, how to edit audio. So then I was sent on my very first story. I went to go and interview Herman Mashaba. At the time, he was campaigning to become mayor of Joburg.
Oh, that's a big one.
It was a big one, but at the time, no one knew him, no one cared. He was just like this guy who's trying his luck. And I remember there was like 2 or 3 of us as journalists. No one really cared. And it was so amazing that he did become mayor because he's always remembered me ever since then.
Nice.
Yeah, so like anytime I go to an event.
We need funding.
Anytime I go to an event and he sees me across the room, he knows exactly who I am. So, and then I think that was the first story I did on my own, and I filed, and then it played on air. But yeah.
So, how did you bring it down to your parents that you want to be in the media industry?
I think my parents kind of knew, because I'd shown the signs as a child that I'm this creative spirit.
Yeah.
So they've never tried to put me into a different industry. I think
You're lucky.
I know. The thing that was maybe difficult was that AFDA, the fees are very high there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when I started, it wasn't too bad. It was bad, but it wasn't what it is now. So I really had to convince them that it's going to be worth it, because my parents took out loans for me to go there.
Sure.
So I had no room to fail. I had to be really like focused, and I was.
So didn't that put pressure on you?
It did. It did, but it was a risk I was willing to take, and I was like, I don't care whether I don't like it or not. My parents have done this for me, so I have to do the things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, just a small game, Yana, you know. So I'm gonna ask you like 3 questions, right? And you tell me which one you wanna pick, right?
Okay.
So would you rather be a field reporter, be on the streets?
On the streets, on the air?
Yeah. Or be on air, which is like behind the mic?
Sure, that's a tricky one. I really love the field, but I really love being in studio as well. And I tell you, yeah, like Kaya Drive with Caesar and the team has been fun. So that's what taught me the beauty of like just being in studio. Sure. I think I've done a lot of field reporting, so I'm enough with the field. If I had to choose, I could say now on air would be fantastic.
On air?
Yes.
Okay. Acting or content producing?
Acting.
Why?
Oh, I love acting. I love performance. Yes. Content producing was something I did when I arrived at Kaya FM, but it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Painting or fact checking?
Painting.
You posted a picture on Instagram and we haven't seen the full product, the final product.
Because I'm not done.
How long does it take you to finish a painting?
No, it's not that it takes me long. It's that I haven't had time.
Oh.
Yes, it's that my work has been overwhelming.
You're busy out there in the streets.
Yes, I'm out in the streets.
Not in that way, but yeah, in the streets. Okay, fine. You've worked with the different people here at Kaya. You know, your Caesar, your Komoto. Who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with?
You know, I was thinking about that. I was like, I'd really love to work with Ursula Chikani. She was the presenter on Top Billing. She's now at Vow FM.
Yeah.
She is an outstanding broadcaster. I mean, I remember being glued to Top Billing only because of her. And she has this eloquent way of delivering things. For me, she's like this gem. If I had to say, you know, in the next 10 years, you know, I hope I'm at that level.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to ask, like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
You know, funny enough, I see myself moving much more into the motion picture space. I hope I'm directing, I'm researching content for motion picture productions, whether that's television or film. And I guess because now I feel like I'm pretty cool being in the field. Like I'm done that sort of groundwork, you know, being in the field and dust and hard stories and protests and things. I think I've done it enough. So definitely moving into like content creation. If I have my own show, that would be amazing. Definitely doing what you're doing, podcasting.
But you kind of have your own show, right?
I do have my own show.
Okay.
But I want to grow it.
You want to grow it?
I want to grow it.
Okay, let's talk about it first. What is your own show, right?
Okay, so I have my own internet radio show here at Kaya 959. It's called The Arts Report.
Okay.
And so The Arts Report actually came to me when Nati started at Kaya.
Yeah.
Initially, it was a segment that would live on her show, and then I would sort of create this package, pre-packaged, and it would just play on air, and sometimes I'd prompt it in studio or she would prompt it. But it was just any sort of artistic story. I would take it, package it, and then it would play on air, and then it would live online as well. Now it's completely moved off of on air. Now it's only online. And it's been quite an experimental project in that it's been podcasty, but now it's also on YouTube because now it's video production. So it's been a space for me to play which has been fantastic, but it's been very difficult because I have to manage my newsroom responsibilities with the arts report. But that's why I'm saying that if you ask me in the next 5 years where I'm going, I want to be doing solely stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. So with the art report, you do your own stories. You go out there and research.
Yes. So the way I've been doing the arts report is I just take whatever's inspiring me in terms of content, whether I've seen someone do something amazing,
yes,
or I've seen people or a production doing something, then I reach out to them, have conversations. Sometimes it's been news-led, where, like, for example, how artists are managing under the pandemic. So that's quite news-led. And then I'll do interviews with particular artists who are trying to manage life in such difficult times. Then I'd create an audio package for it, if it's audio, and then put it on the website.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. No, nice. So when am I getting the phone call to come through? Well, I'm not there yet.
No,
Levels good in.
No, it's not that. I'm actually trying to expand it now to separate. I want to have video stuff, so like some of the stuff that's already online, like the one-on-one interviews I have with maybe celebrities or actors or people in mainstream art spaces, and then I want to now have just the podcast of the arts report. So I would need someone like you, a multitude of voices, because podcasting, often you do need, a lot of people who come from different backgrounds. Yeah.
Okay, I'm available.
Okay.
Anytime.
I got you.
The corner. So who inspires you in broadcasting?
I would say, the first inspiration was Oprah Winfrey. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Felicia Mabuza.
Her as well. I used to watch both when I was a child. I was much more hooked on Oprah because she was daily, and I think Felicia was quite late in the evenings. If I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
So as a child, I knew Oprah was on at 5 o'clock, or was it 5:30? So I knew after school, if I've bathed and done my homework and stuff like that, she was like my go-to. So and I just loved the multitude of topics that she tackled. We all know the story of the Oprah Winfrey Show and how vastly different every day's show could be.
True. Yeah.
So definitely she was the first person like, wow, this is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You'll get there. I believe in you. Yes. I believe in you. Let's talk about the achievements. In 2017, at the Radio Liberty Awards, you won something.
I did.
What did you win?
I won an award for Best Newsreader at Vow FM.
Look at you!
Yeah.
Levels good, Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and how was that?
That was fantastic because I didn't even enter myself. Mike Smurthwaite entered me.
Oh, yeah. That's
he was at
station
Vow.
Manager, right?
He wasn't. What was it? Station.
I think it was station
programming manager, something like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He used to do everything.
He used to do everything.
Yeah.
So Mike put my name in for that category. I didn't even know that he had done that for me. And then I won. And I think I won because of the content we had been producing at Vow before then, which was based on Fees Must Fall. Because you can imagine when I was studying at Vow, at Wits in 2015, that was the start of Fees Must Fall. So we had good content, and I think all of us did shine in that space.
Shine bright like a diamond. All right, tell me about the other nominations. In fact, what do nominations count for in your career? Do they count for something?
I think they do, although I don't keep tabs on them.
Don't you put them on your CV?
I do.
Nominated for what?
I do.
What?
Yes, but that's as much as I do.
Okay.
It's not something I think about constantly because I try to focus on the work itself. It was nice when I won in 2017 unexpectedly. So then I just relaxed and I was just like, if I've won, it's fine. Right now I should just focus on the work. I should focus on, if I'm field reporting, what is it that I'm field reporting on?
Okay.
What stories am I taking on?
Mm-hmm.
What agenda am I pushing?
Mm.
If I'm the arts reporter, where am I seeking stories?
Yeah.
So I've always been about the work, although I understand that awards give you an affirmation,
Okay.
which is it's encouraging because then it makes you feel like, okay, what you're doing matters and people see it.
That's a band.
Yeah.
All right. In 2018, you were nominated for Field Reporter.
Oh yes, I was.
Wow. You forgot your own CV.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think I was nominated. I was at Eyewitness News and I was about to leave. Yes, so I was nominated.
And they let you go after that nomination?
Yes, because EWN was also
Selfish.
going through its own changes.
Yeah.
So I was the group that left. There was quite a lot of us who left that year, because just the company was going through structural changes. So yeah, I was nominated. I didn't win that year, so I didn't.
Hey, you were nominated. It counts.
Yeah, I guess it counts. It counts.
And you're also nominated in 2021 for the Arts Report.
For the Arts Report.
Hey, Wana, you're shining, man.
I'm trying.
Yeah. You are there. Yeah. And how was that? What went through your head? Like, yo, now, man, I'm actually working hard and I'm getting the recognition that I deserve.
Well, look, just to fill you in, I mean, the Arts Report wasn't met with open arms at Kaya. I had quite a lot of trouble with management. I had quite a lot of trouble because I was trying to balance my life in the newsroom with the Arts Report.
Okay.
And sometimes I was failing, because it is a lot of work. So I was pushing 12, 13-hour days.
Wow.
Yeah. So at some point you do get tired. So when you get tired, then I would make blunders in the newsroom, and then the newsroom would come down quite hard on me.
Wow.
So I've been met with a lot of challenges. So just to be nominated, I think it was a blur at first. I remember I was actually talking to someone, then someone called me from behind and said, "Hey, Katleho, well done." And I'm like, "Well done for what?" And they're like, "No, you've been nominated." I was like, "Oh, okay."
You didn't know?
I didn't know. I hadn't checked the list because we were busy that morning.
Yeah.
I was doing something else. So, it was a good surprise, and I only went home later that day, then really processed it, and it was quite affirming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you enter every year? Or?
I have been entering every year since after Mike.
Okay.
Yes, so I mean, I know it. I mean, at EWN they used to encourage us to enter every year.
Yeah.
So at Kaya, they do as well because everyone enters at Kaya. So yeah, entering is something I do. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So this is the kitchen podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and the big question is,
Yes.
can you cook?
I can cook relatively well. I'm not
You
the
don't
best.
sound confident.
No, I am.
What can you cook?
My sister's the cook. I won't lie. In the house, if we talk about who's the cook, it's my sister. But I can cook a decent meal. I can cook, stews.
Yeah.
What else can I cook?
Take your time.
Sam. The only thing I can't do very well is bake.
Oh. And what's your favorite meal?
Lamb stew.
Wait,
Give me lamb stew
Any day. Okay.
Yes.
No, nice.
Yes.
So we're about to close the show.
Uh-huh.
Where can people catch you? Social media details.
Okay, so on social media, I'm Kat Sekhotho on all of them: Facebook, Twitter, Insta, and it's Kat K-A-T Sekhotho Sekhotho.
I don't know if you remember. I used to call you Katleho.
Yes, with a G.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. I'm very tired of correcting the world, so I just let it slide. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Last question.
Yes.
What would your advice be to somebody that actually wants to get in the media industry? Like especially radio.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for them?
Look, I would say, especially radio or any kind
Radio.
of radio. Look, I mean, radio happened to me. I didn't chase it. So I don't have a formula.
Luck.
No, not luck. I would say, you know how Oprah says there's no such thing as luck? It's
Okay.
when preparation meets opportunity.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so what I'm saying is that I've always been a hard worker in anything I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So some things will align and they will look like luck, but actually I was just in the right place because I've been doing the right things. Yes. So I would say whatever is in your immediate control, whether it's like you want to do stuff. I mean, a lot of artists are now moving to social media and creating skits
Yeah.
and putting themselves out there. Whatever resources you have, whether they're little or whatever, just use them. And then figure out how to be better at that. Someone will see you, someone will spot you. I would also advise, this is my own personal advice,
Yeah.
start with education if you can. If you can afford an education, whether it's radio, communication, any kind of broadcasting kind of education, because education gives you that springboard just to move into the right spaces, to meet the right people.
Yeah.
I think education is a key
I heard my niggas be proud of me.
to success.
There's
Yeah.
a video I saw that says, imagine now you have the key to success and then you still have to look for the door.
The door. Well, you are the door, so you unlocking yourself.
Nice one. Lord, thank you very much for coming through. I see you looking at the questions.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we did cover all of them.
Did we? Okay, cool.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
For leaving home and coming through.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're most welcome.
Coco.
Thank you.
And we out. Thank you. Yabuleli Lali Nezipalo. Thank you.
Looking at my 2020 every day. Had to take a second just to pave a way. Now we out here dropping hits every way. It's in my all day. You sound like a bitch. I'm making moves.